Are you ever lonely? And if the answer is yes, you are not alone. In fact, let's look at these staggering statistics. 61% of American adults report they are lonely, a 7% increase since 2018. 50% of people in 1985 said they had a close friend at work. By 2004, less than a third did. And lastly, 75% of people say they feel more socially isolated since the outbreak of the pandemic. I don't think that last statistic would surprise any of us, but nonetheless, these give us some interesting data points to launch us into our conversation today around loneliness and belonging. So here is the overview and payoff of our time together today. Today's workers are lonelier than ever before, and it's resulting in a disengaged, disloyal, and disenchanted workforce. But today you'll discover why this is happening and some simple yet very mighty solutions to lessen loneliness and increase belonging, engagement, and performance at work. This is the summary where you and I are headed to today. Here's a quick overview of the agenda for our time together. We're going to first center on loneliness and belonging. We're going to look at the causes, the impact, the significance, so that we all have a better understanding of what's at the root of all this. Then once we have a better understanding there, we're going to identify how to spot loneliness in ourselves or potentially others. And then I'm going to give you some specific strategies to lessen loneliness and boost belonging. And then at the end, we'll wrap up, recap, we'll do some Q&A, and we'll also be doing a competition for you to win a copy of my latest book, which is called The Generation Z Guide. Spoiler alert, Generation Z is the loneliest generation of any generation, which is why I'm so passionate about this very topic. So here's our first poll. Simply is, where are you today? Of course, we're all virtual. So where in the world is everyone coming from? I'm gonna be playing along as well. And you have to pinch in. I know this is a big map, so you might have to pinch in, zoom in to make sure you get the right spot. I'm coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia. Non-lonely workers are more dependable, they're productive, they're loyal, they're focused, they're confident. Being excluded is felt the same as being physically hit or physically hurt. No matter where you are in the world, no matter your generation, these are the three things that are the hidden operating system of our work and our personal lives. And more inclusion is the goal. We must close the distance between people by being more curious and less certain. But we have to now go in the opposite direction of our instincts, which is away from people, and thus loneliness ensues. So this is the paradox of the pandemic, and why so many of you are experiencing the daily and weekly loneliness is because we want to go help, but at the same time we have to keep our distance, and it's so conflicting for us as humans. Most people wrongly predict that engaging with others won't be pleasant. But our brain misleads us, and we have to follow the science. Brief human interactions are the burst of air we need for our well-being tires. So let me give you another good example here of how we can focus on others, and that is to identify the beneficiaries of your labor. So what do I mean by that? Connecting the work activity to the person who directly benefits from the work that we do, it creates more engagement, motivation, it lessens loneliness. So the faster we can create if we can create a straight line from the work that we do to the people, the actual person that benefits from our work, the more fulfillment we'll find at work, more engagement, the lessen the loneliness, right? It's a way for us to focus on others. And so how do you do that? Well, you simply ask why repeatedly. So here's how it might look. Here's how to build a rapid, high-quality connection. Number one, look for uncommon commonalities. So these are similarities that you share that are rare. So an example might be you don't just connect with someone who's a fan of marathoning, but ultra marathoning, right? The rarer the commonalities, the deeper the connection, the better the rapport. So if you want to make the world less lonely, we have to wield our attention well. We've got to wield it undivided, and we've got to wield it fully, because it, my friends, is one of the most valuable resources on the planet.